Welcome to Finding Freedom with Jeff and Jacqueline.
This is Jacqueline, a free spirit, kind-hearted gal who's always laughing and isn't afraid to get her hands dirty.
And this is Jeff, our fearless captain, knowledge seeker, and doer of all things man.
These two monsters are well-traveled bird companions.
This is Flex, who's known to go where his nose takes him. And Archie, who undoubtedly thinks he's the captain.
We've owned the Powerhouse Gym in Thornton, Colorado for the past 6 years, and we're lucky enough to get to run it with our best friend Steve.
But while living the white picket fence life we were always told to live, we couldn't help but feel that there was so much more we were missing.
Our conclusion: life is meant to be lived, and tomorrow isn't promised.
So we sold our house and cars, bought a dope XR22 Xplore RV and beastly truck Ellie, and set off on our land cruising adventures traveling the U.S. This is just the start of our journey. Come along with us to perhaps be inspired to set off on your own adventures. After picking up our intrepid traveler, we stopped at the store to stock up our fridge and pick up a set of sheets and a comforter, which I somehow forgot to bring with us. Oops. Once that was taken care of, we got some dirt on our tread and camped just a little northwest of Moab, Utah. The next morning, we enjoyed our coffee on the riverbank and tried out our awning for the first time. She may be a slow mover, but she got the job done.
Get in there.
I'd say we were all pretty happy with how things were going. The views in Utah really are something else, but it was time to set off on our second leg back to Colorado. Still had a few weeks before the house sold, so we took her out to a couple different locations for some weekend trips to enjoy the outdoors. Or in Flex's case, enjoy his tire, which is his all-time favorite toy. We also wanted to get familiar with all her gadgets and ultimately make sure everyone was more than comfortable with our soon-to-be lifestyle before we started our full-time RV living adventures in our new home on wheels. We also thought we had a bird stuck in the bathroom somewhere. I swear I didn't think it was in the toilet, but please enjoy what Jeff thought was a blonde moment for me. I did. Is it the toilet?
You think there's a bird in the toilet?
What?
There's no way it can get in there. You're recording?
Yeah, it stopped. Is it the toilet? Not a bird in the toilet, I'm just saying.
Toilet making that noise?
Is the toilet saying it's... It was December, so we had to decorate the camper for Christmas. And of course, make Christmas cookies. We also tried out the new rug and the rooftop tent on top of the camper. It was awesome, and now considered our upstairs loft. Archie wasn't too thrilled with being on a leash, since he is used to having more freedom running around the neighborhood. And he stands his ground on that opinion to this day. But he'll take outside time any way he can get it. Right before leaving this spot, we drove our rig on the beach to test it out in the sand. She did amazing. We were happy and everyone was definitely getting comfortable.
buzzing away.
It quickly became our last day in our house, so we said our goodbyes and turned the page to our next chapter. That night we found ourselves in a bit of a snowstorm, but we made the best of it and cheers to the New Year's of 2022. Woo! Happy New Year! For the next few days, we all pretty much stayed inside due to the weather. After a few days and no sun for our solar, we went to charge up with our generator and ran into our first major issue. It was 7 degrees out, and our batteries don't charge under 32 degrees without heating jackets. And to top it off, our closet door fell off. We got the batteries warmed back up and the jackets ordered. But after being in the snow for a while, we were all more than eager to get to warmer weather, so we headed south to Roswell, New Mexico, somewhere we have both always wanted to visit. It was so fun seeing almost every single business with their own alien sign or statue. It made it quite easy for us to fulfill the picture we had always carried around about Roswell. A fun fact we learned on our adventures around town is that the Roswell crash didn't actually happen in Roswell. Yep, that's right. It actually happened in Corona, New Mexico, which is about 2 hours northwest of Roswell. And of course, while we were there, we had to visit a few themed stores to get our souvenirs, aka our state magnet and stickers. We also couldn't leave without taking a few photos with the roadside attractions, and 2 of the Welcome to Roswell signs, cause let's be honest, that's why we came. We also enjoyed our home for the few days we were there at Bottomless Lake Campground, a beautiful setting outside the city, but a bit eerie due to the greenish blue water, and they range in depth from 17 to 90 feet. At the end of our stay, we headed back to Colorado. Once our work was done at the gym, we hit the road, but in the midst of finding the next place we'd call home, we came across a few moose in the road, 1 bull and 2 cows. Moose crossing.
There we go. Alright, can you move over for slow traffic?
Pull over. Let through traffic go. Stay on that side, Moose. Oh, God.
I don't want to run her.
There were 3 of them. 2 pulled off. Let us pass. This little lady.
Oh, she's slipping.
I think it's a lady. Will not let us pass. Tried stopping.
She's scared. And she's kind of stuck on the side of the road here.
She's scared, and then we'll go to one side and she'll come right in front of us. So I think she's coming camping with us. She did eventually let us pass, and we found an RV park in the cute mountain town of Kremmling, Colorado. So we plugged in and fought the cold, which had now dropped to negative 15 degrees. At this point, we all agreed we needed the sun back in our lives once again. Our next destination, Arizona. We were lucky enough to arrive just in time to catch one of those ever-changing, breathtaking sunsets. We couldn't believe how beautiful Star Valley was at night and during the day. We even saw a stunning rainbow. Once we were all set up, we stripped off our winter gear and settled into the dry desert heat, which we more than welcomed. This was by far one of my favorite fires we've ever had. The way these once lively plants burned was almost as if they had thrived once more. Jeff also used to be a volunteer firefighter, so he was more than thrilled to manage it. As always, our time had come to an end, and we hooked up and headed out back to Colorado again. After the work week, we took a short drive to Buena Vista, and while we were there, we worked with Flex, but she was clearly having an off day. Thanks. How you doing? Other one? No. Oh. One. Flex. What are you doing?
I've never seen him do that before.
Huh?
I've never seen him do that.
Thank you. Thank you, good boy. Weirdo.
Yeah. Weirdo. Such a...
While doing laundry, we played a little pool. Or should I say, Jeff schooled me in a little pool. After our chores were done, we hit the hot springs at Mount Princeton. We also saw a deer in the parking lot. And then we came home to this guy sleeping not on, but under his bed. Looking back, I'd say we had a pretty good first month.